Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think that we are still expecting a number of guests, but let's make a slow start to make sure that we don't run over, because I know that we are standing between you and a relaxing afternoon and a great dinner. I'm Alta Prinsloo. I work for the International Federation of Accountants, or as we refer to it, IFAC. I want to welcome you to this session. For some, this is a first step, and for others, this is another step on the journey of building stronger and a transformed accountancy profession. Every step we take strengthens and transforms the profession and has profound implications for organizations, financial markets, and economies. A strong and transformed profession, supported by well-resourced and effective professional accountancy organization, does many things. It acts in the public interest. It delivers competent accounting professionals. It promotes professional and ethical standards. It contributes to high-quality financial reporting. It acts as a resource to government and regulators and other stakeholders. It attracts foreign investments. It contributes to the SME sector. It promotes transparency and accountability in the public sector. And it improves the delivery of vital public services. You know, when my son started school, we found that he was not able to read. And we had many tests undertaken to determine how to help him, because no matter how hard we tried, we were unsuccessful. And we realized that he needs a special approach. He needs an approach that really works with all his senses. So we found a tutor who had an approach that really helped him with his eyes, his ears, his nose, and his voice. Within 6 months, he was reading above his grade level. So, what would happen if we all engage our senses? Let's see. Now, start with this. We can read, so our eyes, more about the benefits of a strong and transformed accountancy profession. And in particular, looking at publications such as this from IFAC, which is about unearthing the strength of professional accountancy organizations. We can visit the Mosaic website, and I'll tell you more about that later. How about our ears? Well, you will hear me during this session. You will hear this distinguished panel of experts, and also you can always attend regional organizations' events, those of accountancy groupings, and our member organizations. And so let me showcase. We have an African Congress coming up, which would be of interest, and providing you an opportunity to listen. We have member bodies involved, supporting these events. So sometimes we can even smell the energy in the air when we are one step closer to a stronger and transformed profession and ultimately a better world for all. And of course, I'm calling on you to talk about it, so to use the voice, to talk about this journey and the advantages of a strong and transformed profession. So we have tools. I'm not going to send you out there unequipped. Of course, who of you are here with your handheld device? I'm inviting you to right now open it up on the internet and type in www.mosaic, which is MOSAIC development, so it's mosaicdevelopment.org. Please bookmark that. We have just launched the website, the Mosaic website, which we have done in conjunction with our Mosaic signatories. It is a global platform where you will find a wealth of information. We are also giving you a lot of tools and guides, and this is one of our more recent ones, which is about establishing governance in a professional accountancy organization. And when you go to the IFAC website and the Mosaic website, you will find many more of these tools. With our donors, we have developed another tool for you, and that is the Global Development Report. This report talks about the status of the accountancy profession development worldwide. I encourage you to stop at our booth, because at the booth, we have this really nifty little device, which when I first saw it, I was like, I thought I asked for a USB with the Global Development Report. What is it that I should do with this? So my very competent staff showed me that you find different USBs these days. So please stop by and help yourself to one. The need is great. IFAC estimates there are more than 60 nations with no or very weak accountancy professions, and more than 90 nations where you do have professional accountancy organizations in need of development. What would this cost? More than 100 million. How long would it take? More than 30 years. But do not despair. Let me ask you, how do you eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time. And there are many bites for you to use as examples. There are many past, current, and future initiatives to building a strong and transformed profession. I invite you to our Global Accountancy Development Project Gallery. Maybe you have already visited. We've handed you all this brochure. And over the past few months, we have asked all our member organizations, as well as the donor community, to share with us the great work that they are doing in building a stronger profession and in transforming the profession. And we had great submissions. Those submissions are all shown on the map in the project gallery, and they are repeated in this brochure. Don't despair. If you haven't made a submission, it's not too late. Everything in the brochure ultimately will be captured on the Mosaic website, and you will have a further opportunity to contribute to that website. In this session, we would like to go a little deeper in showcasing one of these initiatives. Growing up in South Africa, I have seen injustice done to many people, and therefore this initiative is particularly close to my heart. My hope is that you will see, hear, and maybe even smell how a professional accountancy organization acting in the public interest and with the support of a good value proposition and key stakeholder involvement is progressing on their journey to make a profound difference. And I hope that you will talk about this. In the African tradition, let me recognize the importance of Ubuntu. Ubuntu has several meanings. The one I'm using today is, I am what I am because of what we all are. And in this context, I would like to recognize the panel as well as my very competent team supporting global accountancy profession development. I'm going to ask the team to hand each panelist a token of our appreciation while I introduce them. In the interest of time, I will not provide their bios. You can find that either in the Congress book or on the app. Let's start. And this isn't the end yet, so please don't leave. But I thought while everybody still finds their seat, we can handle the formalities and we'll leave enough time for questions towards the end. So let me start with Linda Lack, leader of Rockstars and working with me in the development team. Linda, please recognize Chantal Mulder, Senior Executive, Professional Development, Transformation and Growth of the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants. Next to her, we have Terence Nombembe, Chief Executive Officer of the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants and former Auditor General of South Africa. Linda is followed by Marta Russell, IFAC Global Accountancy Profession Development Rockstar. Please recognize Marta. Mark Bauer, who started his career as the education partner at Deloitte before being appointed the CFO at listed retail companies and currently retired. Next to Mark, we have Siswe Nsana, Chief Executive Officer of First Rand and Chairman of the Tutuka Bursary Fund. Thank you, Sish. We're not taking their gifts away, we're just leaving it behind their chairs, because at least they still have to work for it, you know? And then I have one more team member, Darlene Zorubara, IFAC Global Accountancy Profession Development Rockstar. Please join us. There you go. Alex van der Walt, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Accountancy at the University of Johannesburg, South Africa. Thank you, Alex. And then the special surprise for this afternoon, you know, we're going to talk about their initiative. But what I asked them to do is to bring us a product of their initiative. And that is Tukele Sekisi. And Tukele qualified through the program that they will present today. She was part of the first group of students to be sponsored by the Tutuka Bursary Fund. She studied at the University of Johannesburg and went on to complete her articles at Grant Thornton, where she qualified as a Chartered Accountant, South Africa. Tukele is currently a Sustainability Reporting Manager for the Investic Group. Please join me in welcoming the panelists.
Thank you.